I'm Matthew. I play drums in the band. Um, One challenging moment that I know we overcame was um, having to cope with dropping members and being and understanding how we're gonna remain afloat. Creating music, making sure that the essence and the sound and everything is very much so, um, you know, cohesive and still promotes Phony Ppl. I know we dropped a bunch of people, and every time it was like a very, very, very difficult process of just creating again or just making. So you gotta pull through, and you gotta make sure you keep faith and you keep your creativity high, and you know still remain cool with all the people, regardless if they are in the process or not, because these are still friends, these are still everything. So um, having the loss of members, having to drop members is a very difficult task, but it's something to something that has to happen sometimes, and you gotta fight through, and you gotta make sure that you guys are still promoting the brand as much as possible. Yeah.
Um, I know a important piece of advice in navigating throughout our careers. One of them was never skip any steps.
Yeah.
I know that that was a very crucial one, and it takes time to build any type of career in any field, and it's important to not skip any steps. If you have to work at this or doing this, take your time and do it. If you see the light at the end of the tunnel, don't always rush for it
Don't get greedy.
unless you have to, but go with the flow and don't skip steps. Be honest with yourself.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah.
I know you got it. Ralph,
All right, so there was a man by the name of Ralph Roll. Ralph Roll, excellent drummer, and he told us it's the music business, not the business music, and that took years and years to marinate. But when you let that marinate and settle in, then you really understand it's the music business, not the business music. It's totally two completely different things.
I think plotting the industry means to understand what it is, and it's also to stay true to yourself and not like suck into the vortex of like, oh well, this is what I need to sound like. But it's like, all right, well, I understand what's going on, but I'm still doing what I do, you know. And I think that's like the plot, you know. That's the best way to go. But that's just my thing. I don't know. Maybe you guys have something different.
Give me that. Plotting the industry, to me, amongst what Asia said, um, creating a nice timeline for yourself to plan out the kind of things that you want to do. A plot ahead to think ahead to really try to envision yourself in a place and try to do as much as you possibly can to get there. Plot the industry. Stay true to yourself as much as possible. Understand what's happening around you, but make sure that what you're creating, how you're creating, what you're influenced by, is 100% you creatively. That's what I was about to say. Creatively, just make sure that it's 100% you, and have a really, really solid plot guideline that is specific to you and how you want to grow. You know, promote that, do that as much as possible. That's what it means to plot the industry to me.
So the last thing is, if you could all say, we're funny people and we plot the industry with creative nomads, and then we're finito.
Can I add one thing to that?
Yes,
Can I add one
absolutely.
thing to that? All right, I'm gonna add one thing to that. To plot the industry, and if you could add all these little pieces together to put your own interpretation on it all. But I think to plot the industry is to know exactly, or to at least have an idea. You never know, but to have a good hypothesis on how every movement you do would affect your brand and how it would affect the people that you're connecting to. That's to me what plot industry is. You know, from the content itself to how much time passes in between a piece of content to another piece of content, to understand how that's gonna affect people, and to use that to your advantage as best as you can and honestly as you can. That's all I would say. That's the plot.
Can I say it? We are Phony People, and we plot the industry with creative nomads.